2, 1. Hello, everyone. This is Steve Andersen from the USBA. I am honored to be able to speak with a living legend, Mr. 100, BCA Hall of Famer, Raymond Ceulemans. Mr. 100 is actually Mr. 140, since he has more than 140 titles.
Yes. Born
in 1937, Raymond became the world champion in three cushion at age 26. In 1986, he won his first World Cup. Some notable records are 40 points in 8 innings, and he currently holds the world record for a high run of 28. Welcome, Raymond Ceulemans.
Thank you. Thank you. It was all correct that you say. Perfect.
Oh, thank you. See, I wish I could do that well on a carom table.
Yeah. On the carom table,
yeah.
I can play also a little bit pool, take care.
Ah.
A little bit pool also, but not so strong, but still anyway. Well, I like everything that we have to do with cues and balls and a table and chalk, and that's what I like.
Yes, so do I.
It can be also snooker and pool and billiard, but I like it. I like to watch it. I like to see it. Perfect.
Well, maybe if I get to New York City for Sang Lee's Verhoeven Open, maybe I can convince you to play a game of straight pool with me.
Yeah. But I'm sure that you're going to beat me. I think. That's okay, no problem.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you. There's so many things that people want to hear. The first question I have is, how is your game today, and are you still learning the game?
Really, I'm still learning the game because if I practice, and sometimes the things that I try to find out is to play with the second ball. My cue ball, okay, I make the shot, and what is happening with the second ball? How he is rolling to get a position. But you don't have it in hand if you touch the number 3. That's because you play always to the number 3, to the middle of the ball, but you can touch them on the backside or in front, and that's sometimes it depended the position that you got after.
Yes.
But the most important thing is the speed of the cue ball and the speed of the second one. That's very important.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Your book, Mr. 100, is it still in print? And where can someone buy your book?
You can have it on the webmaster, on the website. You can find out. I have book also at home here. You can buy it also by here. But the firm is Firm Van Oy, and that's in Haarlem. That's close to Schiphol, to the airport, very close, and it's in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay. So if they buy the book from you, can you autograph it?
Sure.
Oh, perfect.
With pleasure. No problem.
I will put your website URL so people can get a hold of you and buy the book.
Yeah, if I come to New York, I always got some books with me. So 3-4 books I have because it's more than 2 kilograms, 2 kilogram 200. That's more than it's about 4.5 pounds. This book.
Yes.
Very thick.
Yeah.
Learn book.
Yeah. Well, that's a good idea. Speaking about New York City, I saw you there last year, and it appeared that you had lost some weight. Have you been dieting?
Yeah, I do it for myself because on the right moment, I say, now, Raymond, stop, quit this thing, because you become too heavy, and that's not good for the condition, for everything. And then I started, but very slowly, and after 3 years, I lost 20, about 40 pounds, and now, at the moment, I lost 50 points.
Fantastic. Well, that's great. Well, when I was watching you play in New York, your stroke was very good, and you still played at a very high level. What do you think the reason is that you can play at such a high level? You're 78?
No. In July, I go to be 77.
77. Okay, at
in
77.
July,
Okay.
Yeah. If I come over to New York, at that moment, I am 77.
Ah, okay.
Because my birthday is on the 12th of July.
Ah, okay. Well, good. Well, explain how you can play at such a high level at 77.
Yeah, but that's, I'm born with this talent, and all my life I was with billiards, you know. Sometimes they ask me, but billiard is a part of your life, Raymond? I say, no, that's not true. It is my life. The whole thing is my life. That's it. It's not a part of my life. It is my life. Ah, yeah.
Absolutely.
And I like to play. I was practice now a little bit because I have a table at home here, and I was practice still. Every day I play. Sometimes 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes half an hour, but every day I get the cue in my hand and I touch the ball.
That's good. Okay, well, with all your experience and all the tournaments and exhibitions, can you share maybe one of the favorite things or stories that you have in your career? Is there one?
Yes. I've been still, at the moment, I am still world champion in free game. Free game.
Okay.
You know free game, eh?
Oh, yes.
Not free cushion, but the free game.
Free game.
500 points at that time we play. I'm still the world champion. I played this championship in 1969 in Linz, in Austria. And I win. From Marti, Galvez, Scholte, Berardi, all the specialists are there, but I win the world championship. And but afterwards, we don't organize it anymore, and that's the reason that I'm still world champion in free game.
Yeah, that's good.
The longest world champion time that's me in free game. And then a very special was the last world championship in three cushion that I win. It was in Luxembourg in 2001. That was for me. Then that was it's fantastic, and I played very well over there. 1.758 or things like that. It was for me. That was wow. I couldn't believe it. I played the final game with Marco Zanetti. But I play so good, That's the reason that I win.
At 64 years old, too, right?
Then I was 64 years young.
Yes, sorry about that.
Old,
that's right.
Young.
Yeah, that's right.
64 years young.
Young, right. Well, there's some questions we have from people from the Three Cushion Facebook. And first question is from Al Weir. Any recommendations on practice drills or anything you do on the table to prepare for a tournament?
I always do normal, but only I practice a little bit more. And sometimes I started always with the break shot. One time to the right side, one time to the left side. And every time I put the points that I make on from the right side and from the left side. And then I see the results. And sometimes I play also with my left hand. I play right and left. It means I make a little competition by myself with my left hand and my right hand. And that's it.
That's good advice.
So it's a good practice also, eh?
Yes.
It's a very good practice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here's a question from Merrill Hughes.
Uh-huh.
When you miss, what is the main reason usually? Is it based on just execution, bad calculation, or did you misread the table?
Yeah, all things a little bit together, but the most important thing is the concentration.
Oh, yes.
And that's what at the moment, in my age, sometimes I am not so 100% concentrate. And then you hit the ball a little bit. I play too much on my, how shall I say, on my routine.
Oh, yes.
On my routine, and not so 100% the concentration. And then you make some mistakes, small mistakes, but you miss 1 millimeter, but that's enough. You miss, and that's it.
Exactly.
That's one of my, but that's logic. That's a logic. At my age, that I'm not, it's impossible to concentrate me about 4 hours on the table. That's not possible anymore, you see.
Right.
But for 2 hours, that's okay. 1 game, no problem.
Yes. Okay, a lot of listeners, players would like to know what kind of cue you play with, like the what's the weight, the grams, the millimeter, the tip, that kind of stuff.
The tip. I have cues with my name on also. My name is on the cue, and I mostly play. I have 3 cues that I got always with me. 3, and good shafts. I started always with a shaft of 12 millimeter, but it's going fast to 11.8, 11.9. You know. And the tip, normal tips, on the cafe cue sometimes. If I been in a club with cafe, with billiards on, then I make my tour. I watch to the cafe cues, and if I see a good tip on, I say, oh my goodness, that's a good one.
Yes.
I look around and say nobody can see me, and then I put this tip away. I put it in my pocket, and the cue back again in the.
There you go.
But that's okay. But yeah, then you have a good. That's the best tip that you can have, because.
Medium. How about medium? How about
1 meter and between 1.40 and 1.42 m. The weight is 520 till 540.
Okay.
525 till 540.
In grams,
the weight,
yes.
The balance, the gram. Gram.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay, one last thing on...
Not too heavy.
Right.
If you play too heavy, you lost feeling. You must have you need your arm by yourself, not the cue. The cue, your arm must make the stroke, not the cue.
Absolutely.
One last thing. 100% be there.
One last thing on the tip. Would you prefer a hard tip, a soft tip, or just a medium hard tip?
Yeah. A hard tip. No sounds inside. If we make no, that's not good,
Oh, okay.
Be a little hard, but no sound. And that's okay, that's perfect. That's okay. Then you can go to the ball, and he have always the good speed at that moment. And no miscue, No.
Right, exactly. Now, we usually do a shot situation, and we talked a little bit about it, and it's always hard to explain if you're not at a table and you don't see the picture. So I'll just show that online, and then they can look at that. So we won't talk about that. So that's not a problem.
Then I can explain the situation, but not so.
Yes.
That's so difficult.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay, what can you recommend to help promote caroms, not only in the United States, but also in the rest of the world?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's in every country the same thing a little bit. To promote it. The very important thing is if you have an organizer, and he make an event that the television is there. That's the most important thing is television. And then you have to do it by yourself. If you play exhibition of inviting tournaments and so, the player have to help to work also on that.
Yes.
That's sure. Not everybody like billiard, but I know that There are many people who like billiard, and there are many people who play billiard. Only for fun, but still playing. That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so we got to get television more involved, and
newspapers very important.
Yes,
the publicity is very important.
Absolutely. Well, good. That makes perfect sense. Well, your grandson Peter is making quite a splash lately.
Yeah.
He's been playing really strong. You must be quite proud of him.
Sure. That I have two grandsons, Peter and Bart, and still my two sons, Koen and Kurt, they are still good players. They are all playing in the first division, in the highest class.
Oh yes.
But Peter is at the moment is the best one, my grandson. He's a player of 1.5, and many times he makes 2 in average. Many times. And then my other grandson is Bart. He's a little bit younger, but still a player of 1.1.
That's fantastic.
My second son is a player of 1.4. And my oldest son is also a player of about 1.1, 1.2 if he practice. But he have a job and he cannot practice so much. But he's a technical, very strong player.
Oh my gosh! Well, your whole family they must get this talent from their mother and grandmother, right?
Yeah, we can play against the whole world.
Yes,
we can play, and I'm sure that we don't lose. But Opa, 2 sons,
yes,
and 2 grandsons.
That's great.
It means 5 players that have to be also. The other team have to be also like this. Nobody can beat us.
Well, that's not fair.
In the world.
It's not fair to have a team like that. Well, I'll tell you what. I want to thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're busy. I feel it as an honor and a privilege to talk to you as what I consider.
Obviously, you can come over to New York. That's
I
maybe
hope
you can.
I hope so. I went last year, and I want to come again this year. So, closing thoughts, Mr. Ceulemans. What are your final thoughts to the members of the USBA, and for that matter, billiard players in general?
Yeah. Because I love people who like billiards, sure, because and they understand that also, and I think it's the same thing in Europe, but also in the United States. But in Belgium, we have a little bit advance against the United States. Is so big country, and if you have to go from New York to LA or something like that, that's 5 hours by plane. We have more contacts. We have. Every week or every month we have some contacts with tournaments and exhibitions and this, and that's a good thing. That's also a good promotion for billiard.
Yes.
I like to see people, if they are coming to Sang-Lee's place over there, that's what I like. And I say, that's a billiard amateur. He likes to see billiard. He likes to play also. And that's what I like. That's life. That's billiard life.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Now, remember, if I get to the Karam Cafe in New York, we're going to play that game of straight pool up to 50 points. Okay?
Straight pool, but I can't play straight pool, but I think that you go to beat me.
All right.
But I do my best.
Thank you.
I will do my best.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Ciao.